Good afternoon for AT311, which is yung dito na tayo sa finals topic natin, which is ang ating Wing Theory 1 and 2. So, two parts na ano to, na lecture para makita nyo kung saan, bilis makita kung saan yung mga needs nyo revisit. But for now, for Wing Theory, ito na yung application natin ng mga naunang mga leaf equations for the drag. So, application na tayo sa wings. So, meron tayong dalawang wing na kino-consider. Na-mention na natin to before. It's the infinite wings and the finite wings. So, for infinite wings, ito yung ina-assume natin na yung wingspan is continuous. Just like with wind tunnels. So, you can think of infinite wingspan as parang sa finite din pero kukuha ka lang ng portion. So, ano yung effect nun? Wala kang, tulad nitong sa finite wings, wala kang mga losses dun sa wingtips. Ang na-experience mo lang is yung normal perpendicular pressure, winds na may encounter nito. So, for infinite wings is, ito na yung mga yap na sinasabi ko kanina. It covers the end-to-end of the wind tunnel test section and varies in the x and y direction lang. So, unlike for finite wings na meron tayong wingspan to consider. So, for infinite wings, ang gagamitin natin is itong, ito yung example pala rather. So, parang sa wind tunnels lang, ang makikita natin or mabivisualize is two dimensions lang. So, going in the x direction and the y direction. For z, not observable siya. Kasi wala naman tayong mga ends ng wing natin. So, ganito yung nakikita natin sa isang infinite wing na simulations. Now, for finite wings, for simplification kasi, infinite wings yung ginagamit natin. Lahat ng sinasolve natin before, those are infinite wings. Now, for this one, we have the finite wings. So, ano nang meron sa finite wings? Meron na tayong existence of the wingtip vortex. All wings are finite. So, meron tayong gagamitin ng mga corrections later sa formula para ma-consider natin yung mga losses na yan. So, finite wings are yun nakikita natin sa mga aircraft, which ang wingspan mo ay B, itong entire length na to, and itong ay chord C. So, correction lang, since di nakalagay dito, yung CL dapat dito is small letter, while for the for the finite, is CL na malaki. Since this represents the lift of the wings na. Yung isa kanina is airfoil pa lang. So ano ba yung wingtip vortices? Yan yung tinatawag nating vortex which forms from the lower surface of the base of the wing towards the wingtip and back to the upper surface. So ano yung mas magandang visualization nito? Itong isang to. Pero dito muna tayo, sulat muna natin. So, nag-i-start daw siya sa lower surface, papunta sa tip, then pabalik. So, ganyan lang yung basic na itsura niya. Pero, bakit dito umiikot yung representation niya? Bakit siya umiikot? And ano ba muna yung reason kung bakit ito umaakyat dito? So, ito kasi ay pressure of high region. Then, ito naman is lower pressure. Ang tendency ng pressurized vessels or even kahit naman vessels, kahit yung pressure alone, is gusto niyang lumipat from high pressure region to low pressure region. Tulad ng mga bagyo. So, kung di niyo napapansin, kapag may dumaang bagyo, which is a low pressure area, pagkalampas niyan, ang kasunod na niyan, mainit na para bang walang nangyari. So, tirik na yung araw. So, yun yung nangyayari. Hinahabol siya ng high pressure region. So, ngayon, dito tayo. So, burayin natin to. So, ngayon, kanina, yung ikot lang mula sa ilalim, mapunta sa taas. Pero ano nangyayari? Bakit siya pabilog? Kasi, If you were to rotate from here, papunta sa taas, ngayon, meron ka kasing hangin sa direksyon na to. So, anong nangyayari? Nag-i-spring ka. Umiikot ka na ganito. Yang umiikot na yan yung tinatawag nating induced drag. So, lift-induced drag. Kasi nagpo-produce ka ng lift because of the transfer no high pressure papunta sa low pressure. Pero dahil meron kang forward velocity, anong nangyayari? Tinutulak niya yung hangin sa likod. This results to swirling motion, vortex, rotating vortices na nagiging turbulent flow, which causes to induce downwash, therefore, induced drag. So, mapapansin, yan yung patulak sa likod. Oh. So, the difference in pressure, ito yung mga sinasabi ko kanina. So, the difference in pressure from the upper and lower surface creates lift. But there is the tendency for the air to leak from high to low. So, ngayon, it has circular motion which trails downstream from the wing called vortex. And as seen from the trailing edge, lahat yan is mayroong from here, dito, isang buong span, tulad din dito, umiikot yan. So, ang pinakamalakas lang talaga na effect nung induced ay sa malapit sa wingtips kasi dun siya mas maraming naglilik eh. So, nagko-contribute siya sa downwash. So, ito yung itsura niya kapag ilalagay natin sa smoke. So, mapapansin, yung ikot niya is from bottom, papunta sa wingtip, then iikot sila. So, for the induced downwash, the wingtip vortex in particular has a significant effect in several important areas of aerodynamics, stability, and control. Hindi lang basta-bastang drag is nakakabawas ng power. No. Nakakahirap din yan ng pag-control mo saka ng pagpapalipad. So, napapansin dito muna tayo tumingin, upwash is increased. Kasi nade-deflect upward eh. So the vertical velocities, however, nagki-create siya ng vortices. So ah, mas marami yung nako-convert into downwash compared dun sa upwash, resulting in an induced downwash. Kung napapansin nyo, yung relative airflow natin is straight lang, which is yun yung kailangan natin. Dire-diretso lang. So, yung angle of attack mo, pag dinrawingan natin yan, so yung angle of attack mo dito, straight lang, tapos ito yung airfoil, is malaki. Now, if meron tayong induced downwash, which itong dotted line na to, so nagkaroon tayo ng slight na induced downwash. Yan. Tapos, ito yung chord mo. Kung napapansin nyo, pag may induced downwash, lumiit din yung angle of attack. Ano ibig sabihin nito? Maliit si angle of attack, maliit si CL, mas lumiliit yung lift mo. So, meron siyang negative effect. So, important points to consider is that the relative wind is experienced by a point in the body, in this case, the wing section, and the lift drag and angle of attack are measured with the relative wind. So, tandaan to mga to ha. Ngayon, eto yung dinrawing ko kanina. So, pansin yung pula, yung relative flow, tas itong effective flow, yung kulay blue. Kung check natin, effective angle of attack, ito na lang yung mararamdaman mo. Kasi itong kulay black is induced. Ito yung nabawas. Ito talaga yung totoo mong angle of attack with respect to wind. Pero dahil sa downwash, nabagalan. Or nabagalan, nabawasan. So lift inclined rearwards because of the decreased angle of attack. Nagkaroon ka ng induced drag na penalty sa ano mo. Burahin natin yan. Sa iba tayong gamit ng ibang kulay. So, nagkaroon tayo ng induced drag. Siguro pala na lang. So, meron tayong induced drag. tas nabawasan yung ating lift. So, ano nangyayari? Kung makapansin, yung effective angle of attack natin or yung mararamdaman mo talaga is yung actual angle of attack minus the induced angle of attack. Therefore, nagkakaroon tayo ng loss in total lift, meron tayong increase in induced drag. So, the wingtip vortices can alter the flow field about the wing to change the surface pressure distribution in the direction of increased drag. So the local relative wind is canted downward, which tilts the vector backward, contributing to a component of drag. And itong rotational kinetic energy will require additional power to overcome the increase in drag. So, more thrust, nababawasan yung or nagkakaroon tayo ng dagdag na requirements for power. Which kapag draggy yung aircraft, expect mo na mahal yung operational. Inefficient siya. So, ayun na yung na-introduce sa atin na bago. From before na meron lang tayong parasite drug, which sa parasite drug ay umbrella term pa yon for different types of drug. Skin friction drug, gaspang, form drug, itsura. That's why meron ang profile picture. So, profile drug is the combination of the skin friction and the form. Tapos meron tayong interference which is a more complex na drug. So, ito ay sa mga future aerodynamics pa na encounter, most notably sa engineering. So, ang interference lang naman na drug is drug that interferes. So, ibig sabihin lang nito, merong iba't ibang flow field velocities. Magkakaiba yung bilis. So, ano nangyayari? Nagkakaroon ng friction between different types of air flow and dun sa flow sa body, which yan, interfere, kaya interference. Concept lang naman, concept-wise yung kailangan intindihin. But for this one, dito tayo. Induced drag tayo. Ito yung bago. Ang longer name niya is the lift-induced drag. Byproduct siya ng lift. So, as you increase in lift, meron ka din talagang increase in drag. So, ito yung ating formula. Ang i-consider muna natin for now is the uh, profile drag lang or the zero, actually, the profile drag lang muna kino-consider natin for parasite. For simplification lang. So, balik tayo dito. Idiretso na lang natin na profile. Hindi muna natin i-consider si interference. So, parasite talaga yung CD0 na yan. So, ngayon, we have CDO plus CDI, where the CDO is the combination of skin friction and the form or the pressure drag. While si CDI naman is dahil galing siya sa lift equation, kailangan mo si formula na to. CL squared over pa EAR. Yan ang formula for CDI. So, ito, paulit-ulit natin na discuss but drag polar, kaya drag curve natin is naka-U because induced drag decreases as you increase in speed. While si parasite naman is nag increase as you increase in speed. So, ito naman is lift and downwash distribution. For a typical span-wise, kailangan nyo maintindihan kung anong meaning ng graph. So, dun muna tayo sa kulay black which is yung elliptic loading. Elliptical wings kasi yung um, pinaka-efficient sa lift distribution. Almost equal siya across the entire span. So, mas close yung drawing o yung ano, mas close yung graph mo to the black one. Ibig sabihin, mas efficient siya. So, tingnan natin yung taper ratio na 0. Pag taper ratio mo ay 0, ibig sabihin rectangle yan. So, ano nangyayari? Pagdating sa wingtips, yung lift mo nababawasan na. Ibig sabihin, pag rectangular yung wings mo, mas malaki yung induced drag. Whereas kapag nag-increase ka ng taper ratio, kung napapansin nyo to, saka yung dotted line na malabo, ano nangyari? Much closer siya dun sa elliptical wing. So yung reason pala for taper, kung bakit yung wings natin ay tapered or mas manipis pagdating sa dulo, is para sa induced drag, decrease in induced drag. Kaya nga lang, mahal yung manufacturing nun. Kaya yung mga trainers, rectangular lang. So, dito tayo sa formula for the induced drag. So mapapansin natin, ito binuo ko na yung yung drawing. So kanina kalahati lang yan, ito lang yon. Pero yung distribution ng lift is mapapansin natin, mas marami dun sa as close to the body. Tapos habang lumalayo ka sa wingtip, pupunta ka sa wingtip, lumalayo ka sa body, lumiliit na siya. So, ang distribution na magli-lift is yung nasa fuselage, close sa fuselage. So now, the formula is DI or the D for induced drag is equal to L times sine AI, which is induced drag. So, balikan natin yung kanina. Ito yun. So, yung formula dito, so napapansin nyo to, meron tayong angle dito. So, pag dinrawing natin yan, so, angle of attack alpha, then, kung mapapansin nyo, ito yung hypotenuse, which is yung lift. Therefore, ito yung opposite. So, para makuha natin yung opposite, kailangan natin si sine. So, D is equal to, or, sorry, um, L, yan, ganyan na lang, sine alpha. So, pag binalikan natin, ang formula ay L sine alpha, but sine alpha is equal to alpha but in radians. So, para ma-simplify natin, LAI na lang, but in radians. So, okay tayo doon? D equals LAI. Now, i-highlight naman yung mga formulas mamaya, but ito yung mga tandaan natin. So, AI is equal to CL over pi AR for incompressible flow. Lift is equal to QSCL. Drag is equal to QSCDI for lift and drag equation. And for downwash, DI equals LAI. So, ngayon, remembered, ito is yung paano lang makukuha yung formula for CDI na pinakita kanina dito. Ito naka-highlight. So, nag-start lang siya from the angle of attack. AI is equal to CL over pi AR. Now, kailangan natin yung formula for lift, which is QSCL, and yung DI, which is QSCDI. So, matatanggal natin si Q, matatanggal natin si S for both sides ng equation. May iwan sa atin ay CDI times CL times CL over pi AR, which results to this equation. So, tandaan nyo na to. May nakalagay naman dyan kung ano yung mga aalalahanin yung formula. Remember the formula for CDI. CDI is equal to CL squared over pi E AR. So, ngayon, note, ang letter E natin ay Oswald's efficiency factor. Hindi siya yung E sa calculator. Tandaan nyo na, E is equivalent to 1 for elliptical wings. However, yung E ay nagiging 0.8 sa rectangular. Nagbabago siya sa iba, pero for most cases, 0.8 yung ginagamit natin. So yung AR naman, sometimes A, is aspect ratio yung tawag, which is quotient lang between the span and the chord. So anong ibig sabihin no ng aspect ratio? Yung sa mga cellphone lang din. Ratio between the span and the chord. So AR equals B over C. And yung C naman is coefficient of the said subscript. So, coefficient of the induced drag, coefficient of lift. Dami-dami. So, kaya nyo ba to? Dito muna tayo. Inspect muna natin yung formula para ma-observe natin. So, first, aspect ratio varies inversely with induced drag. Ibig sabihin, kapag mas malaki si aspect ratio, si induced drag ay mas maliit. So ano ba ang nangyayari pag malaki si aspect ratio? Dahil aspect ratio is equal to B over C, mas mahaba yung wings mo or mas maliit yung chord, mas maliit yung drag. Next, aspect ratio varies directly with the lift coefficient. So AR varies directly with CL. So obvious naman, kapag lumiliit yung CDI, most likely nag-i-increase yung CL. So the longer your wingspan, the larger your aspect ratio, the more lift you can create. Kaya nga kung makikita nyo yung mga gliders, di ba ang haba ng wings nila? Kasi walang power yun eh. Kailangan mo ng lift by using longer wings. Ngayon, the equation above shows that the induced drag coefficient is directly related to lift. Hence, it is called drag due to lift. So, ito yung formula for aspect ratio. It's either AR, aspect ratio, equals B over C, or pwede din namang B squared over A. Where dapat nga yan ay B squared over S, which is, ang B is wingspan squared. Tapos yung S ay surface area ng wing. So, yan yung either of the two, yan yung pwede mong formula na gamitin. Proof lang na equal to kapag rectangular. So, yung S is equal to B over C. B times C. So, pag na-cancel to, may iwan B over C. So, tandaan, itong formula na to ay for rectangle only. Tapos itong aspect ratio na to ay ginagamit for lahat ng any other shapes. Nakuha? So, ito yung sinasabi ko kanina. The longer the aspect ratio, the higher the aspect ratio, ibig sabihin, mas malaki si wingspan. So, kaya yung mga glider natin is mahaba yung aspect, ay yung mga wingspan dahil yun ay malaki ang aspect ratio, mataas yung lift. Unlike sa mga fighter jets. So, ito lang ulit yung formula. Pinakita lang ulit for aspect ratio. Now, ito, kabisaduhin na lang yung formula for the changes in the geometric angle of attack. Ang ginawa lang naman dito is from the effective angle of attack kanina, papalitan mo lang yung values niya. So, palitan natin yung subscript ng 1 and 2. Then, yung papalitan natin si AI, which is CL over pi EAR kanina. So, ang gusto natin makuha is si A1 minus A2. Therefore, itatranspose lang natin to. So, A1 sa kabilang side, ililipat natin si A2 magiging minus. Then ito, ililipat naman natin sa kabila before natin papalitan ng CL over pi EAR. Simple lang naman yung formula niyan, given natin in radians and degrees. Sa degrees, may conversion factor lang. So, for the change in total drag, same as well with the same process lang din with the geometric angle of attack. Given na dito yung process, madali nang makita kung paano makukuha si TP. Now, for aspect ratio correction, tingnan muna natin tong graph na to. So, again, for lower aspect ratio, ang ibig sabihin nun, ito yung mga, nasa mga trainers, so mga stubby wings lang to, may ikse. Yung wingspan, mahaba yung cord. Which, ang meron sa kanya, di ba ginagamit yan, karamihan, during the World War aircrafts? Which malakas mataas yung angle of attack niya. Kaya niyang mag-dive, saka kaya niyang mag-pitch up ng sobrang taas before mag-stall. So ngayon, as you increase, pero mababa yung CL niya. Ngayon, as you increase in aspect ratio up to infinity, so sobrang haba ng wingspan mo, ano nangyayari? Yung angle of attack mo, mas maliit. Kaya nga yung mga gliders, hindi yun pwedeng magbiglang angle of attack. So, karamihan nun nakapantay lang. Pero yung CL nila sobrang laki. So makakapag-lift agad kahit mabagal lang yung lipad. So eto lang yung mga yap din kanina where kaya nyo nang basahin na explain na din naman kanina to. So eto din. Now question. So why is the infinite airfoil using the effective angle of attack? Kasi tinanggal mo na yung induced drag dun sa equation kasi wala siyang ganun sa infinite airfoil. O, nakakuha yan? So for aspect ratio corrections, ito na lang din yung process. Para saan yung aspect ratio correction? Infinite wings kasi ginagamit natin mga formulas. But if gusto nating makuha si finite wings, kailangan yung gamitin tong formula na tong nasa ilalim. So, ayun. Medyo laban pa ba? Dito naman tayo sa effects sa wing profiles. So, sa spanwise flow naman tayo. Ever wonder why naka-swept wing yan? And tapered na to. So, ito kasi yung nangyayari. So, ito yung actual wind na lumilipad over the body. Ito yung tinatawag nating relative wind blowing over the wing. And now, meron kasing dalawang component yan madi-divide. So first is yung normal to the surface, which is yung chordwise component, and yung parallel, which is yung spanwise. Yung spanwise, kung napapansin nyo, saan siya papunta? Papunta siya sa wingtips. Ito yung natatapon. Ito yung nagiging vortices. Ano yung kulay blue? Yung kulay blue, yan yung with respect to 90 degrees normal, siya yung effective lang na magpe-create ng lift. So anong meron dyan? Yung swept wing ay dinedesign natin para hindi agad tayo mag-reach ng sonic speeds. So what's that for? Tumatakbo na talaga yung aircraft mo at speed of sound pero yung nararamdaman ng wings mo, let's say nasa 0.8 pa lang. Sa transonic region pa lang. Hindi pa siya nag-i-stall. While you are flying at Mach 1, wala ka pang ganong formation sa iyong wings. So, eto yon. Kung napapansin, for a rectangular wing, nakapantay lang to. Pero for the um, swept wing, syempre dun siya sa chordwise. So, ano nangyari? Kung mapapansin mo, yung MCR nito ay 0.7. Pero kapag swept wing, let's say ang swept mo ay 30 degrees, pag kinompute mo siya, 0.808. So bago ka mag-critical angle of mag-critical Mach, yung wings mo ay naka-design 4.7 lang, pero you can exceed up to 0.8 because of that geometry. Yung iba kasing speeds ay tinatapon lang niya. While you are effectively gaining drag, it's not a bad thing na meron kang makukuhang mas mataas na M-crit. Trade-off talaga siya. So, wala kang makukuhang perfect system. You need to sacrifice. In this essence, nagsasacrifice sila ng additional fuel because of the additional drag, pero you can go at a much faster speed. Time. Time yung nakukuha na lang kapalit. Kaya yun yung nasa transonic aircrafts, yun nasa commercial aircrafts natin. You can fly higher, fly faster without that much penalty in the supersonic, sonic flows. So, ito lang is para mas malinis na drawing sa nakita. And, ayun, ginagamit din yung sweep for supersonic flight for the reduction naman ng wave drag. So, ano yung effects ng swept wing? It increased wing weight. Bakit? Marami ka kasing structural members na ilalagay para masuportahan mo yung napakanipis na dulo. Next, reduces lift due to slower local airflow. Wala tayong magagawa. Babawasan niya talaga yung lift para lang maalaw na mas mabilis yung lipad mo. Higher velocity. Now, CG shift when fuels are consumed. This is a more advanced topic, but CG is center of gravity. So dahil alam niyo naman na ang wings ay container din siya or yan yung lalagyan ng fuel natin. So ano nangyayari? Pag nagastos mo yun nasa dulo, yun ang unang ginagamit, yung bigat, nararamdaman na lang sa unahan. So pag nagbago yung CG, nagbabago din yung behavior ng aircraft mo in stability. So next, aileron and flaps reduction, inefficiency in low speeds. Bakit? Same lang din sa iba kasi yung chordwise and yung spanwise flow niya. Next, reduces the adverse effect of transonic, which is good na, and supersonic flow, delays the onset of shockwave, and experiences lower air speeds. Bakit ganyan engineer? Pag susumahin, parang mas maraming sayang. Mas maraming, alam mo yun, mas maraming trade-off na nabawas. Karamihan dyan ay tungkol sa lift. Ang lift ay kailangan natin para lumipad. So, kung yung swept wings ay ginagamit natin to alleviate the negative effects of sonic wind formation, ah, yung low speed ay delikado kasi yun yung nasa takeoff and landing. So, hindi ba dapat tayo mag-alala na ang baba ng CL mo during low speed operation, which is takeoff and landing? Isa sa pinaka-critical. So, anong gagawin natin? meron tayong flaps. Which yun yung magiging topic natin in the next discussion. Because flaps are high lift devices. So, okay lang tayong mag-sacrifice ng onting lift. Kasi pwede naman natin siyang ma-recover. Pero yung critical Mach number, medyo mahirap makuha yan. Aside from swept wings. So, yun lang. Balik tayo sa practice problems. But, kaya nyo na to? Same lang din to ng mga nauna. Simple lang na solving to. Then, thank you.